We all know how stressful life can be, and sometimes our coping mechanisms just aren't enough.
If you're facing some tough challenges and need some help going forward, there is help available in the form of counseling or therapy. Tracy Riley from New Hope Family Services joins us now with more about the wonderful services her company offers. How are you?
Good.
It's
Thank
good
you
to
for
see you
having
again.
me.
Absolutely. So sometimes counseling has a little negative connotation to it, but it's really not the case, is it?
It's really not. Counseling is one of the best things that we can do for ourselves. It's a great investment in us as people. And so it's a great opportunity to spend time learning about yourself, choosing your goals, and moving forward in your life.
Yeah, some people will say, I don't need a counselor. Either A, I'm tough enough, I can handle it myself. I don't need to bring somebody I don't know into my life. Or they can say, you know what, I've got a mother, I've got a sister, I got a brother, a neighbor, whatever, who I can
Right.
talk to. Why do I need a counselor per se?
Well, there's two really good reasons that I always like to point out. First of all, if you talk to your mom or your neighbor, the conversation can sometimes turn to their problems or the weather or other issues. An hour of counseling is all about you, all about your issue and what you want to work on. Secondly, yeah, maybe you can get through the problem on your own, but if you go to a new city or vacation, do you Google it? Do you check into what you're doing? Do you find information? Do you get research? You kind of prepare. Counseling is a lot like that. You can go to a new city without a plan. You can walk down a rough path without someone to help you, but counseling can help you go down that path, get to where you want to go, and get there successfully and usually much quicker.
Is this something that is not just for individuals, but could also be for family groups and people
Yes.
that are trying to come back together?
Yes, I do a lot of couples counseling. What couple doesn't need help with communication? That's the #1 reason couples come to see me. I assist families, I see children. Anyone can benefit.
And what ages do you specialize in?
I have seen children as young as 3, and at that point we really focus on parenting and helping the family bring in positive changes that they can use to impact the child's life. I've seen my oldest client was probably in her late 60s after recently losing her husband from many years of marriage.
Is there anything in particular, because you deal with a lot of different issues and different people and situations that are going on, but is there any one that you really specialize in?
I do a lot of grief counseling, whether that's through death, divorce, job loss, infertility. That really has been my specialty, is grief.
Yeah, and you talk about grief being something that you just have to get through. You know, a lot of people will think that if you're in the grieving cycle, I guess as they call it, you know, you'll be able to just snap out of it. But you say that's not the case, and it's very different too from depression.
Right. If you are suffering from depression or anxiety or one of those issues, and you see a counselor, you'll get a checklist. Maybe you'll get some medication. You know, you'll get on a path to get better, to get over it. Grief is not like that. It's not something you ever get over. It has a beginning but no end. It's something you get through. If you lose your mom as a small child, you know, that grief process continues when you go to prom, when you graduate from high school, when you get married, when you have a baby. You know, like it just continues over your life cycle. So it really doesn't have an end. It just is something that you learn how to get through.
No, it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Is there any way that insurance can cover some of this, or?
Yes, I am on a few insurance panels, and if not, you can also pay privately.
Yeah. And how important is this, do you think, for people who just, you know, sometimes don't have anywhere to turn and aren't sure where to turn, and the results that you see? I mean, you know, when I was saying earlier, some people just think they don't need it, but if they would just go and, you know, try it, have you seen some pretty positive results?
Absolutely. I have seen a lot of marriages saved. I've seen some marriages, you know, people make the decision this is not going to be saved, and I'm okay with that decision. I have so many people that walk out of my office the first time and they say, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Thank you so much. You know, this is great. Even kids, I don't need counseling, but then I'll get with them and we'll start doing an activity. I get their hands moving, I get their mouth going, and they're like, oh, what a relief. This feels so good.
I'm sure it brings clarity to them. No matter, like you said, it doesn't matter what decision they end up making. At least they're clear on their decision, and it's not because of certain dynamics that just got out of whack.
It wasn't because mama said or daddy said. It's because they made that decision and they're owning it and taking responsibility for it. And then I'm walking them down that path.
Well, Tracy,
right,
thank you so much. And we want to thank New Hope Family Services for sponsoring this segment as well.
Yes, and if you'd like to contact Tracy for an appointment, you can reach her through her website, newhopefl.com, or you can give her a call at 904-704-2527.